If you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen a couple of weeks ago a person named Jeff Hobbs quote tweeted me, which I had shared. I had tweeted right after watching this one movie, and I had said that it's the kind of film that makes trekking through the snow in Utah worth it. This was while I was at Sundance, of course. The man in the quote tweet was Jeff Hobbs, the author of the book this movie is based on. The movie is Rob Peace. What is the book and why I didn't mind trekking through the snow at 9 a.m. for it? Now let's talk. Hey all, my name is Sucharita. Welcome back to my channel where I'm speaking about the movies I watched at the Sundance Film Festival recently. Today we've got Chiwetel Ejiofor's Rob Peace, starring newcomer Will, Camila Cabello, Mary J. Blige, and Chiwetel himself in the lead roles. Based on the book The Short and Tragic Life of Rob Peace, this biography has been adapted and directed by Chiwetel Ejiofor. The film tells the story of Rob, a black American man from New Jersey. We first meet him as a kid in 1987. Mary J. Blige and Chiwetel play his separated parents. Mother is Jackie, who works multiple jobs to make ends meet, while his father, Skeet, doesn't seem to have a steady income and is involved in the drug trade. All that is expected of young Rob is to focus on his studies, use that brilliant brain everyone knows he has, and make it big, break out of the cycle of suppression. Except in modern America, systemic racism that pulls Rob back each time he tries to break away from his shackles very much exists, and as a character later says, chaos was always waiting. Now we get a look at Rob's life through his roommate at Yale, a university he made it to by sheer hard luck and kind benefactors. The roommate is the author of the book, Jeff Hobbs, who conducted interviews with friends and family to put this book together. And as such, his gaze toward Rob seems to be that of a white American coming to terms with his own culpability in the racism that continuously stopped his roommate from living up to his full potential. Chiwetel's direction elevates this detailed text. Will's portrayal of Rob is so sublime. Seeing him at the Q&A after felt bizarre. He's just so good. One of Rob's earliest memories as a child is of his house being on literal fire, a metaphorical foreshadowing of the fires he will have to douse and deal with through his life. It's safe to attribute Will's incredibly moving and realized portrayal of Rob as the biggest reason the movie manages to stay afloat despite some simplistic plot developments. The insight the film wants to give you into the anguished mind of the young man is all possible largely due to the heavy lifting Will does. Chiwetel writes himself some great scenes as well. A man so at his wits' ends after every institution has let him down, he can't help but focus his ire, anger, and the weight of all his expectations on the one person who still cares, his son, without stopping to realize and understand what this might do to the man just starting his adult life. As Skeet, the father, slowly inches closer to unreversible despondence, he becomes more and more narcissistic, selfish. He stops being a father, he's simply now a man in a cage for whom everything outside is to be blamed equally for his captivity. As he loses hope, he loses reason, inadvertently leading his son down a dangerous path. I wish I had more to say for Camila Cabello, but despite being this huge star people showed up to cheer for at the screening, she has precious little to do in the film. She appears as the girlfriend who tries to warn Rob from going too wayward, only for him to not listen to her. She's witness to one side of his life, the man at Yale who, despite the racism at the elite institution, kept his head high. The other woman in his life is his mother, Jackie, who sees only the other side, the life she wants him to leave behind. Both these women see Rob's potential as a member of society, but perhaps it's a society he didn't want to be a part of. After Yale, he comes back to sell real estate at home, he goes to teach the same school he was a student at, and he has to be goaded out of both these places, again to achieve this potential that's expected of him. Chiwetel's screenplay moves at a pace just fast enough to keep his viewers at the edge of their seats while still being unhurried, paying adequate respect to his characters, because these are people who don't have their stories heard. For those who knew Rob Peace, his story might just be that of another young man caught with the wrong people and his potential. But through the eyes of his roommate and now this film, you see the man who was brilliant at everything he did, but held to different and unfair standards, couldn't come out on top, hard as he tried. Alright. So up next, like I'd mentioned last time, I will bring to you my thoughts on Jesse Eisenberg's A Real Pain, the story of two cousins on a trip to Poland to find their grandmother's house from where she fled as a girl during World War II. After that, I've got two more favorites, A Different Man, starring Sebastian Stan, and the documentary Will and Harper with Will Ferrell and Harper Steele. To know when all these will go up on the channel and to see Baki reviews and interviews from my time at Sundance this year, click that big red subscribe button under this video, please. Please. My name is Sucharita. Please. Thank you for stopping by.